Hello boys, welcome to Hack Wars Hack Friends. Now there's a reason why I'm calling this video the way I am. In this video you're going to see something unusual, and this is usually how my game starts. Now I'm not going to reveal too much until the time comes. I think this is the best for you guys to enjoy. Okay, so I started a game on Twisted Steel. Now the game started, my team got run over. It was pretty usual stuff until I got killed the way I did. Look at this. I also noticed there's a dude in here who has around 10 kills while none of us has even 1 kill. This struck me as quite odd, and also there were people in the chat screaming cheaters, cheaters. So I decided to go into spectate mode. Now once I got here, I was immediately greeted by this guy. He already said in the chat, "Hi, that man YouTube," and he made it very clear that he's there and he knows that I'm there. So I was waiting to see what is he going to do, and this is what I saw. This is the footage that greeted me in the game. This is what this hacker showed me, even though he knew that I was spectating. Now don't ask me how he knew, I don't know. At one point he even advertised his cheat. I cut that part out. I don't like things like that in my videos. But I want to show you this man. Now the reason the video is called Hack Friends is that there is also one player here that is his friend who is also hacking, and they just happen to be in the same team. Now I didn't check whether or not they are in the same squad. I never really cared. But this other friend, he comes in a bit later. Now what's important here is you need to watch the chat. Chat is the most important thing about this whole game. Now look at this, Mr. Babardelloco. He just said, "That man, you again?" And I didn't know who this person is until he introduced himself. He is Mr. Bartielord. I made a video about him in one of my previous videos when he fought the Ginchili, if you remember, from Hack Wars 3. So since I was bored, I just started a conversation with them, and I was just curious, what does he have to say, and who is this new guy? I don't recognize this username. It's probably someone that I've seen before somewhere, but he probably changed the name. And basically this is the gameplay of his friend. So this is where he says that he watched my video, and I told him that Ginchili nailed him the last video. So that was sort of an odd conversation for me to have with a hacker. And you know, at this point I noticed that these guys are pretty mellow, and they really don't care whether or not I mean who they hurt and how many players get raged at them. So I decided to have a little fun with them, ask them some questions, but they didn't really care. I told them I hope you subscribed, and he just smiled and stuff like that. So I was watching his friend, and honestly his friend was a bit more interesting than our old friend Mr. Bartielord. And his friend was also interested in in my videos and my stuff and everything else. So I just assumed that these guys are some players that I mean, I know for the fact that this first guy has been in my video. I don't know who this person is, the one that I'm spectating right now. I don't know who that is. Maybe I've met him somewhere, but I really don't know. It is ridiculously easy to change your username in Origin, so we will never really know who this other guy is. But still, we can still report both of them with their new usernames. And let's hope DICE gets them banned until the support ends for this game back in actually in June. So it's a bit you know, well, it's a bit hard to watch this whole thing. Now you can see that the hackers are just having fun with everyone in the chat. Now of course it's funny to them, but it's certainly not funny for the rest of us who get killed so often. So I'd just like to say that I really do hope that people who watch my videos understand and know that I don't condone this behavior, nor I like it. I simply show it to people so they can see who the hackers are and who to report. Also, when you report people, it should be noted that you can also put your in the comment section on the origin report thingy. You can always put my video link so DICE can actually see who is hacking, what is the username, and you know, they can know who to ban. Now, for a brief period here, the opposing team, they didn't respawn, so I rewarded that behavior, but pretty soon new people started coming into the game. New people who just didn't know what was happening. They didn't know there was, you know, a hacker in here and stuff like that. So they just started to, you know, they started to spawn. And of course, these guys had a lot more people to kill. Now, there's an interesting point in the video where the friendly team, the blue team, that the team that these guys are in, they actually surround the hacker, trying to stop him, trying to stab him and everything. Of course, it didn't work, but it's nice to know that people are aware that this sort of behavior is just wrong. Look at this. These guys don't care whatsoever. Now, at one point, one of my usual teammates, he came into the game. I just advised him to leave because hackers are here, so there's no point in playing. And as you can see, the blue team is fighting hard against the hacker, but there's nothing they can do. I mean, there's nothing they could have done really here. The only thing to do, the best thing to do, is to simply leave. There's no other way. There's nothing else you can do. You can only report. You can leave the server, find a new one, and that is pretty much the only thing you can do in a situation like this. So there you have it, boys. We have two hackers in the same team, and they are just obliterating the red team. And it doesn't stop here. There's also another game on the Rotterdam map where they also obliterated the other team. Now, I didn't want to show the whole game because it's just so it's hard to watch, you know. It's hard to watch one of your favorite games getting destroyed like that. Now, previous to this, I played a couple of games of Warzone, and I was owned by cheaters. So I came here looking for something different, and this was the very first match that I came in, and there you go. This is what I encountered. So it hasn't been quite a good day for me when it comes to these people. I always somehow encounter them. Somehow they always come into my game. Don't ask me how, it just happens. Alright, so let's see. This is the part that I was mentioning earlier. This is the part where the entire blue team comes in just to stop the hacker, or at least try to stop the hacker. So whatever they were trying to do, nice job, boys. And I really do hope that others will follow what you tried here. Look at this. This guy is trying to stab him. This guy is hitting him. Of course, there was a part of the video that I had to cut out because this dude was advertising his website, his cheats and whatnot. And I don't want that in my video, so I just cut that part out. But obviously the match is still going on. These people are still killing it. And pretty soon the whole thing is going to end and they are going to go on another map. It's interesting to see how their cheat works on the other map. Look at this. He's not even aiming and he's getting headshots. I mean, whatever this is, it is. Oh god. This is another fun part where some guy asked what comment should he put on his report. So I just wrote this and somebody just said, of course. Look at their kill, man. This is unbelievable. This is fun for them. At one point in the video, I actually asked them what is fun about this, and they were just like, they didn't even answer. Nobody answered to me, so I don't know why is this fun, but it looks like they're having fun. And I mean, I wouldn't mind, but they are having fun at everyone else's expense, which is not good. So here we are on the Rotterdam map. Now in this map, somehow the server got filled. I mean, people joined in the opposing team, and these guys just picked up where they left off. I don't know why people stayed in the game. I just assumed there was a lot of new players. I wasn't really focused on who is coming to the game. I wasn't focused on other usernames, so I'm not sure the new people come or the old people just stayed from the server. I'm not sure. But the point is, they just maps don't really matter to them. Their hack works on any map. I think this is just some exploit in the game. So in here, they're not as blatant as the last one. I mean, they're pretty blatant, but there are some things they cannot do here that they could do on Twisted Steel. Now this is unusual for a hacker to actually build a station, a fortification. That is odd. Nobody cares enough to do that. You see, they put a lot of shots in here and only some of them hit, so they seem to have some limitations when there are buildings involved in this whole thing. Now look at this. He can also shoot through walls. Look at that. If the wall is, you know, not super huge or something. It is odd to watch this part, to be honest with you. But regardless, they can still destroy the server just like that, with no hesitation. Look at that. There was also a comment here that Battlefield is dead, and I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, Battlefield was never a game with many players, but for some reason people keep joining and playing this game. I believe they're just sick of the new games, sick of these BR modes and stuff like that. When I play Warzone, I can play like 2 or 3 games, and after that it gets boring. But Battlefield, I can play for hours, man. It is just a different system, it is similar, and yet you can play it for a long time. You know what to do, you know what are the stakes, how to play. It's pretty simple. Look at that, he just killed someone through a wall. Now there are 2 poor bastards here that got destroyed. Well boys, I think you saw enough. I know I did. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my video and wait for the further updates. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Click that subscribe button, boys, and see you in the next video.